Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, you are tuned in to once again another episode of Marking Out Amongst Friends. Today, we're going to be discussing our predictions. Well, I'm going to be discussing my predictions. Unfortunately, this week, my partner, Lady Great One, is not going to be with us. She's definitely going to be back on next episode. Everything's going to be okay with her. And you guys stay listening. But today, handling the predictions solo dolo today, we're going to talk about the greatest Royal Rumble ever. 50-man battle royal for the trophy. No title matches, none of that for the winner of this. You get a trophy to say, hey, you won the biggest Royal Rumble. Uh, on this card, we have about 10 matches. It's going to be a long pay per view. I think this is slated, if you are on Eastern Standard Time, this pay per view or a special event is slated to start at noon. I know that I'm probably going to be sneaking and watching this on my phone at work. If you're listening to this show right now, you didn't hear me say that. Uh, So let's go ahead and start with some of the matches that we have here, and I'll kind of give you the rundown on these. First, the most talked about match of this whole pay per view. The is he in the match? Is he off the match? Is he in again? Undertaker versus Rusev. Now, first of all, this is a shocking matchup to me just because in the last, I'd say 5 years at least, the only time you ever see a Undertaker appearance is on WrestleMania. So the fact that he is on this pay per view and having this spot with Rusev, personally, I feel like this is a big ups to Rusev, just to even have this spot. I think that being that this is a marquee Undertaker matchup, a lot of people are expecting this is going to be a rollover, an easy win for Taker. But on my prediction, my first hot take of the night, I'm going to say that I'm calling Rusev to win this match. Just because everybody has already counted Rusev out before the match has started, WWE will a lot of times throw a monkey wrench into the whole operation, and they will swerve you just when you think you know what you're talking about. I'm going with the swerve on this one. Rusev wins this one by some type of interference, be it be Lana, or be it be Aiden English, or may it be some other superstar that may be on SmackDown. I am definitely picking Rusev to win this one. Next match on the card, probably the less built matchup that I've ever seen on a pay per view in the history of watching pay per views, other than Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, which ended up being a great match. We have John Cena, the part timer, versus Triple H, the COO slash part timer. Um, I'm going to say I really don't honestly have any emotional investment on whoever wins this match. But just because right now we're going to be in Saudi Arabia and Triple H is really pushing this one, I'm going to go with Triple H winning this one. I think that they are trying to bring John Cena's stock level down a little bit. And I'm not seeing any reasons for John Cena to win this match. It's not really going to do anything for him. Uh, so that's my prediction for that one. I'm going to go for Cena. I'm going to go for Triple H in this one. The next match on the card, this could potentially be the best match on the card. We got Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Cedric Alexander just put on a show with Mustafa Ali last month at Mania on the pre-show. I see no difference in the outcome here. I think it's too early to take the title off of him. I think that the Cruiserweight division needs another run like the former king of the Cruiserweights, Neville, had. I think that we need to establish him as a top guy on this show. So I'm going to go for a Cedric Alexander winning this one. I'm thinking that we'll probably get at least 10 to 15 minutes out of that match. Next match on the card, we got the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Another one. We just had this match last month at Mania. Bludgeon Brothers are just now getting the titles. I don't think that we're going to do a title swap and go right back to the Usos that swiftly. I'm calling the Bludgeon Brothers to win this one, and I think it's going to be a clean win as well. In that time, I think that over the next few weeks, you'll probably see the Usos go and turn back face out of this feud. Next match on the card, since we're talking about tag teams, for the vacant Raw Tag Team Championships, we got Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt Hardy versus Cesaro and Sheamus at the Bar. If you've been watching since WrestleMania, if you've been watching the Superstar Shakeup, we already know Cesaro and Sheamus are on SmackDown. So being that we have a SmackDown title match already, this is a SmackDown team versus a SmackDown team, a match with a Raw team versus a SmackDown team, I think everybody pretty much knows the obvious win here is going to be Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I think it's going to make for a very entertaining tag team title run, though. Very interesting tag team. I actually like it. I was against it when they first put it together, but I think that this tag team is going to be really, really over with the fans. They already connect a lot in the few matches that I've seen. Moving right along, United States Championship match. Now, before the show started, I was just telling the professional himself. Now, these matches, the two mid-card matches that we have on this pay-per-view, I'm going to go a little left with my predictions here because it's going to depend on, A, who is going on first, and it's going to be depending on who wins that first match on who's going to win the second match. So what I mean by that is for the first one, we have United States Championship match, Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal. If Jeff Hardy wins this match and if this is the first match of the night, that means that SmackDown gets the first mid-card title and gets the U.S. Championship. If that case, I'm going to pick in the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way ladder match, I'm going to pick a Raw superstar to win that one. So in this case, because Seth is already champion, I'm going to pick Seth to retain. If Jeff Hardy does not win this match and Jinder Mahal wins this match and the U.S. title goes to Raw, then I am taking Samoa Joe up on his promise that he is going to come out as an Intercontinental Champion from that Fatal 4-Way ladder match. I don't know if anybody watched SmackDown within the last 2 weeks or not. Samoa Joe made a big claim that he was going to beat the big dog. If the big dog comes back with the title, that he's going to beat him for the Universal title. And if he doesn't, he'll at least have a consolation prize in becoming your Intercontinental Champion. Bold claims, but I definitely hope that one of those falls through or goes through, excuse me. Next match on the card, first world title match of the night, we got AJ Styles versus heel Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the new Shinsuke. Heel Shinsuke, no speak English. I don't know how, but they've added a whole nother dimension to Shinsuke's character. I'm thinking that Shinsuke is going to take the title in this one. We didn't get the match that lived up to the hype at Mania, and I think that because we're going overseas, this is going to be similar to closer to home cooking for Shinsuke than it would for AJ. So I'm thinking that Shinsuke is going to win the title in Saudi Arabia. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. As much as I don't want to see this match again, this is our next world title match, WWE Universal title match in a steel cage, Brock versus Roman. Roman just got the entire crap beat out of him last month and ended up in this match. I honestly don't see anything different happening because Brock has re-signed his contract. But I think that, like most fans are saying, they're expecting Roman to be a little more over with this crowd. We're going to be overseas. You know, this is not your typical Philly, New York, or Northern City that's going to be out there that's going to boo him out of the building. These guys are going to give him a warm reception. So I think we're going to see Roman finally bring home the Universal title, and we'll have a weekly World Championship on Raw again finally. Last match on the card, the Greatest Royal Rumble, 50-man Battle Royal. This is the reason for the whole pay-per-view. Honestly, I don't know what the consolation prize is other than a trophy. So really, it's kind of pointless. But if I'm going to pick somebody to win this one, Braun Strowman right now is in this one. And Braun Strowman is my odds-on favorite to win any match that he is in. So right now, I'm going to go for Braun winning the 50-man Battle Royal. Hopefully, if he wins this other than a trophy, maybe this leads to a Universal title match down the road. If Roman's champion, we already know he and Braun can work together and create a great feud and turn that into a very interesting first run with Roman after he wins. Even if Brock wins, maybe we get to see Braun riding some more momentum after winning the tag team titles with a 10-year-old kid and winning the 50-man Battle Royal. It gives him a lot of boost going into that match if Brock retains and we get Braun versus Brock 3. So that's my predictions for today. Once again, I hope that this pay per view turns out better than it looks on paper. I'm predicting that this will probably be maybe a 5 out of 10 at best. Hopefully, they prove me wrong. But what do you expect for a special that's going to air in the United States at noon on a Friday? Um, but there you have it. Make sure you guys keep tuning in. If you are listening to me right now live, continue to listen live. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Play. We are on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube. Uh, we might be on. Let's see, where, how many places are we on? We got it. We got it on every avenue. Oh yeah, Player FM. Just recently added to Player FM. Listen to the market out amongst them. Stitcher. And Chris just gave me word in the back that we have Stitcher. And what else was that? Tune in. So there's no excuse if you want to keep up to us on a monthly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, on a weekly basis, whenever you can get the time in. We are on all of those channels. We are definitely powered by Debate Amongst Friends. That is the business, the machine behind the marking out amongst friends. Make sure that you listen to the Professor John Gotti and Doc Ocean, Mr. Wednesday night, every Wednesday night, normally around 8 or 8:30, give or take a few. And you guys, there you have it. I mean, it's been a great show. Once again, this is Jay Rich, marking out amongst friends out.